Is everyone lying? Honestly, is everyone lying? Now, the reason I make that statement very, very, very simple is this is the way I felt in my mid 20s. So 24, 25, 26. This is the way I felt. And let me explain why. Up to that point, I was basically doing what I believed other people said to the way of freedom. I wanted money. I wanted nice things. I wanted a nice house in a nice area. Um, you know, get married, have kids, have pets, have everything. And one of the things that I was told is that, hey, you're really good with your hands. So you should go to a tech school because you could get your degree in mechanics. And my uncle Sid Nice told me that. And you'll get the point in a second. Anyway, went to college, did what I was supposed to do. Next thing is go out and get a good job. And so went out and got a job. Don't know if you're like me, but got there early, uh, took a short lunch, no breaks, stayed late because I am going to do everything that I need to do to get ranks, get promotions, get raises. There I go. So I put my head down and I'm just going crazy. And all of a sudden, I always notice that about 15 to 5, right? That the other mechanics, I could hear them cleaning up and moving their tools and, they go change their uniforms, get cleaned up. And then they were all hanging around the time clock. And I'm like, it's not even 5 yet. And I worked on what was, called commissions, right? But I had a base salary as a mechanic, but I also got paid commissions. And if I put more hours in, that was called flat rate, that I could make more money. And I remember doing this and doing this and doing this. And finally, one day, they were hanging around the parts counter where the time clock was. And they were all laughing and looking at me. I was like, what are you guys laughing at? And right away, they said to me, hey, listen, Bobby, that was my name, Bobby Hollis, when I was a mechanic. And they go, listen, like, listen, Linda. Listen, Robert, did you know that whenever you do over 40 hours, it's called overtime and the government gets half of your money? I was like, so? And they go, why would you work more hours if you're doing that? And I was like, hey, you know what I mean? I'm doing that. And they were like, I don't understand. And then I heard this other guy go, he'll catch on sooner or later, right? And I did, because I was working hard. I never seemed to get enough in savings to save up for a reliable car or a down payment for a home. And I was like, wow, 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 wow. Everyone lied to me. Everyone lied to me. Getting a job, working your brains out. How do you get ahead? How do you get ahead? And I remember becoming very discouraged. I remember becoming like, what the hell? Uh, I just didn't get it. I kept working and I did get small raises, but really nothing to make a difference, you know? And I'd get a little bit in savings and then something would happen to a used car, of course. And, I would have to take care of that. And I was like, golly, I'm never going to get ahead. This dream, this imagination I had that I could get a home, that it would be a nice home, that I would get nice cars. I was like, wow, did everyone lie to me? And then all of a sudden, if you know my story, you can get my book for free. It's How Is That Working? Rat Race to Freedom. Basically, my rags and riches story. And what basically happened was I got hurt, and now I'm on workman's comp. Don't you like that phrase? They always say, you don't know what you miss until it's gone. So I don't remember exactly around $3,800 or 4,000 a month I was making. And this is back in the mid 80s, right? And all of a sudden on workman's comp, I'm getting paid 900 bucks. Man, how much I would have loved to have 3,800 because I was I was in debt. I had money on credit cards, a lot of money in debt with Snap-on tools. It was like, you know what I mean? And I can remember all of a sudden $900 a month, and now I'm losing everything. They take my motorcycle. They take everything that I have. It gets so bad. I get my electricity shut off. I got a loan on my used car, and then I couldn't pay the payments on that. And I just was like, they told me, 6 months or whatever that I could get retrained. You know what I mean? I lost my identity and like, okay, I'm gonna have to start all over. And I can remember things being so bad, so depressed that I was like, listen, there's really no need for me to even be here. You know what I mean? If I disappeared, who cares? Yes, bad thinking, but that's the way I was thinking. Uh, Not enough, didn't feel like I was deserving, didn't feel like, I was just bad. And I was like a couple of weeks from being homeless. And I remember just screaming out, just going, man, please help me. Please help me. And a guy reaches out to me and says, hey, I met this guy and I seen his check. It was in a company envelope from this company right here. And um, and it was 62,000. It was attached to the pay stub. And this guy's looking for people, don't need any experience. And he will show you word for word, step by step, baby steps on how to make six figures a year. Bobby, do you know of anyone? My response was me, me. And he goes, really? Yeah. And I said, well, he said, well, I'll take you down and I'll introduce them to you. And I'll go, I'll come pick you up. So when I go down and meet this guy, he starts sharing stuff with me that I have never, ever, ever heard. And I was just like, wow, I've never heard of compounding. I've never heard of leverage. I've never heard of earning residual and compounding that. I've never heard of any of this stuff. And all of a sudden I went, wow. So he even said to me, Robert, listen, there's a lot of people in the world that make a lot of money that doesn't have a job. And then I went, wow. So I started listening to him. And then all of a sudden, I remember my first really big letdown, right? So I introduced people to come see him. And you're never going to believe this. Said the same thing that Sean said to me. I met this guy, man, and he's helping people. He's got all these pictures of people that he helped make $10,000. And he's teaching me, and he can teach you. And I, had them all come down to a training that was in San Diego, and I was living in Van Nuys, California at the time, and they didn't show up. Listen, man, they told me they would be there. They told me that they would be there. Don't worry, Robert, I'll be there. I shared this business with people and they said, oh my God, you know what? I'll get started on Friday. I get paid on Friday. And all of a sudden it was like a person after person after person. I'll watch the video and they wouldn't. And I was going like, my God, is everyone lying? And I remember going to Bill and saying, listen. He goes, listen, like my mentor, Jim Rowan, Robert, don't take that class. Don't take that class. Don't try to figure out why people don't do what they say. And I go, listen, they told me personally they would be there or they'd watch the movie or they'd get involved. And they're lying. They're lying. And he said this, when I tell you this statement, I hope it rocks you as hard as it rocks me. He said, listen, Robert, have you ever told a lie? Like, what? He goes, have you ever told a lie? He goes, of course you have. And he said, Robert, do you know how you can tell when people are lying? I said, how? He said, their lips are moving. I went, now, me hearing that shocked me. It really shocked me. Because I guess I have unrealistic expectations on people. Why wouldn't they do what they said they were going to do? And I kept making it personal, really personal. When he made me realize, he goes, listen, Robert, have you ever said something to someone that you knew that you knew that you knew was true and you found out later it wasn't? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why they call them a little lie, but a lie is a lie. And so, has anyone ever looked at you and said, how does my haircut look? How did this look? Um, it's my opinion, it's my perception, it's my reality. Um, oh, it looks good. I lied. Have I ever told somebody that I would be at a place at a certain time and 1000% with every fiber in my soul, my heart, my being, when I made the promise, when I told them that I would do it, I believed it. And life happened. Life happened. I know some of you are not going to believe this. I've actually forgot stuff. I'd tell people I was going to do something and they could count on me and I'd forget. I'd forget. Ah, ah. Now, here's another thing that's very unique about lying. See, we take it very, very personal when our perception is someone lied to us. They made us a promise. Why wouldn't they be a person of their word? Right? And so we take it so personal that it hurts. It feels rejected. It feels like they went out of the way when maybe all they did was forget. And then I know that other people have lied to me because they really believed in their heart to heart and soul to soul that something was true. And I shared in another video the first time I got a computer and I got online and I had Outlook Express, and someone sent me an email and said, Bill Gates is the wealthiest person in the world, which he was at the time. And if you forward this email to people, he's got a way to track it. It's his, email. So he can track it and he's going to send $5 or $3, to you. Oh my God. I went bananas, man. I was going to everyone, and not only going to everyone, but when someone sent me an email back and said, Robert, you do know this is a hoax. This is not true. Bill Gates is not doing this. And what's the first thing that I said to him? Dream stealer. You're just going to crush my dreams. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're talking about. So why am I sharing all this? It's because the worst kind of lies for us, believe it or not, is when we believe somebody that told us something like that email. And then people can't tell if I'm lying if I believe so much in it. So this would be like sharing a story or maybe sharing. I remember, when I first got involved in marketing, there was a story out there, a story that Bill Gates was interviewed and Jay Leno, I don't know, because it's not true, but Bill Gates was interviewed and was asked if he lost everything, what would he do? And he says, I'd get involved in marketing. I'd get involved in affiliate marketing where I could compound and leverage and make residuals. He never said that. He never said that. But yet this was going everywhere. And then all of a sudden, I remember hearing this one that more millionaires are made in marketing than any other thing. It's not. It's not. And that's when I started remembering, my mentor, Roger Pinsky. He would say, Robert, listen, I just need you to know is how do you know that? And I got a whole separate story that you guys can look at. I think Craig will find it for you. Thank you, Craig. Is, how do you know that? And that's when I really started going, wow, I need to start questioning everything I believe. See, it's not that other people lied to me. It's just I never ever really took the time to really do my own due diligence to find out if it's fact or not. And so there was a time that I believed in Santa. I believed in the Tooth Fairy. I believed in the Easter Bunny. There was a lot of things that people told me that I don't know if they believed it and never bothered to research. Hey, Bobby, don't swallow your gum. Don't swallow your gum. Why? Well, you don't digest it and it'll just stay in your digestive system. And that's not good. And I'm like, what? Hey, Bobby, grab a coat before you go outside. It's a little cool outside. Why? I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be sweating. No, put a coat on because you could catch a cold. You can't catch a cold from temperature. It's a virus. And I think that that I can go on and on and on and on. So when do you believe that we could switch? Because my mentors taught me this. And instead of expectations, you have what is called appreciation, right? So instead of putting expectations on everyone and everything, you said I was going to get a raise. I thought I was going to, everyone told you, hey, you go to school, get a good job, everything's going to be okay. Wow. What if instead of taking it personal, what if I just realized that unfortunately, I always do my very, very best. I even ask for correction if I'm misleading or I'm giving someone the wrong perception or someone's understanding what I'm saying wrong. I'm like, I want to clear that up. I want to make it as simple as possible. And unfortunately, people add things to the story and they don't mean it. I remember being in a training with my mentor and he had 10 people walk on stage and he wrote down a story. Are you hearing me? He wrote down a story and he shared that story with the very first person. The other 9 couldn't see. And it was like something like where he had them read it with him. Don't say anything. So the woman in the red dress the woman in the red dress loved flowers, and her boyfriend gave her tulips. Okay, there you go. So then he said that to the first person, and it's a game called telephone. And the next person had to just whisper this in the next person's ear, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And when it got to the 10th person, Bill went up to him with the microphone and said, "What did they say?" The woman gave tulips to her boyfriend. It was like not even close. Not only close. So when we hear things, we hear what we want to hear. And then, of course, it's got to be exciting and it's got to be enthusiastic. So it's like, hey, you know what? Did you hear that, this company is the fastest growing company? They create more millionaires. They got the best compensation plan in the world. They have the best products in the world. They have 13 patents. People are right now making about, I think it's like $11 million a day. And I hope that each and every one of you think about that. So how do you find the truth? First, it's, do I want to research and take the time to find out something that's true based on something I can't control anyway? See, that was another thing when people started reaching out to me and goes, "Robert, have you heard this? Oh my God, have you heard this? The Earth's going to end. Oh my God, Y2K." It's like, I was like, I learned my lesson from sending out the email that Bill Gates was going to give me $3 or $5 for everything I forwarded. See, some people learn lessons and some people don't. Isn't that crazy? They just keep on keeping on. They just blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk to them, they're like, blah, 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 blah. And here's the sad thing is they don't even realize that they're lying to themselves. They're so good at lying. Or maybe just not paying attention. And so now they reach out and talk to people and people go, "Hey, have you tried this?" "No, it doesn't work. That stuff doesn't work. It's just illegal." And they go, "Oh, really? Really? Yeah. Oh my God, I guess I gotta quit." You have no clue if the person was at the right place at the right time. You have no clue who they learned from. Is it the right information that actually duplicates and gets results? And this stuff is all over the world. It's like, hey, I got to get rid of dandelions. Well, have you ever thought about mixing up some Ajax and some Comment and put a little bit of Dawn in it, and you just need a little sprinkle of lemon juice? And then you mix it up in a bottle, and then you squirt them. It's like these people. It is like, hey, do you know what mushrooms do for you? It's like, wow. I believe that we live in a world today where a majority of the people on the planet, when I say majority, it's out there. They don't have a clue if anything is real. They lie so much to themselves that they actually are acting like other people, putting on a persona where they don't even know who they are. Why? Because I can ask them, "What do you want? What do you truly want?" "I don't know. I don't know." "Really?" "Well, I was doing what she said, and I was doing what he said, and I tried this." Here's another thing that we say to ourselves: "I work really hard. You don't know how hard I work. Oh my God. Really? Really? Yeah, yeah, I'm working hard. Here's the other one. I'm doing exactly what you tell me to do. Hey, can you turn on a camera? Just turn on your phone and show me a camera or go onto Zoom. You can get it live, zoom.us, and record your screen of you working hard, doing exactly what you were told to do. I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good with technology. Lie, 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 lie. All those voices in our head just never, ever, ever stop and lying to us. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. I'm not deserving. I'm not smart. I'm not good at this. I can't do this. I'm not a people person. I'm too busy. I don't have enough money. No one loves me. No one cares for me. No one's supporting me. And so, like one of Craig's favorite quotes is by, Ford. It's very simple. He couldn't read or write, didn't know how to do math. And all he telling people is if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So why not ask yourself a very simple question? Am I lying to myself? Am I telling myself I don't have the time to learn a new language? I don't have the time to figure out the right way to help other people. Do I really, really don't know what I want, or haven't I ever taken the time to really start to imagine about what I used to want? See, every one of you that watched this video live or recorded, you have purchased something for yourself or somebody else. And it meant so much to you that you found a way instead of finding an excuse and a lie. And so the only way that I know how to help people get what they want is they first have to learn to imagine again, to actually think about something that they could purchase for themselves or someone they love or both. And then imagine a way to make that happen. Imagine a way to make that happen. For some of you, you only know, I got to save money. Maybe I can sell something on a garage sale or maybe on Facebook Market. Let me find a bunch of stuff around the house or maybe even neighbors' stuff and family stuff that they don't want anymore that I could sell. Maybe I could do some odd jobs like mowing a lawn or I don't know, washing somebody's car, shoveling the sidewalk. Maybe I could get a part-time job. I guess right now what I'm going to do is get a part-time job or maybe go to my existing job and tell them that I need a little extra money. I want to take my family on a vacation that I've been promising for years. See, I'm not going to live this way anymore. I'm not going to live this way anymore. I'm not going to live like this anymore. I'm going to fulfill the promises that I made to people that I love, people that ask me for help, and I'm going to start fulfilling the promises to me. And I'm going to find people that not only have evidence of what they know what to do, but they also have evidence on helping other people also turn their imagination into reality. See, I know that I can do it because I had mentors like me that would call me. You're lying to yourself. You're not doing what I told you to do. You're not working hard. You do have time. So when you get rid of all the excuses and start focusing on fulfilling promises for yourself and people that you love, your life can change instantly. And when you stop spending all day scrolling and sharing things that are out of your control that you really truly don't know is true or not. So, is everyone lying? The answer's yes. With big bold letters. Now, wouldn't it just be easier to go, nah, it is what it is. Maybe the news is lying. Maybe advertising is lying. Maybe people are lying. Maybe government officials are lying. Maybe, some people that are at universities might be lying. Maybe, maybe some people that I hang around a lot, maybe they don't tell the truth. Um, Maybe I need to really start figuring out what's most important to me and just do my best instead of listening to other people that are lying to me. So I love and appreciate you. If no one's giving you permission to be happy and fulfilled in life and successful, let me do that for you. That's what my mentors did for me. But there's no way you can move forward in life if you're not willing to admit that where you currently are is not enough. Most people are just existing day to day until they die because no one ever shared with them how to truly impact other people. Because the way to greatness is the giving to others, the way to greatness is serving others. Well, what if you don't have anything to give them? What if you don't have anything to serve? Then learn from someone that learned it. It's just that simple. So I love and appreciate you. Please do me a huge personal favor and share this with people. Share this because if they can get past that paradigm, that why should I take it personal if everyone's lying and really everyone's just doing their best? I really truly believe that there's a small group of people, very small group of people that lie with the intent to hurt you and hurt others. But I, Robert Hollis, every day I'm being lied to. And I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'll just do my best. I love and appreciate you. And again, share this with others. Make sure to like and subscribe. And for some of you tonight, I will be on an inner circle, private Zoom with people. You can find a way to look at that. Also on Sunday, I do a live with Imaginators. Saturday, we do a live. I do a live every day at 12 noon, 3 Eastern. Love and appreciate you. See you on the next video. Bye for now.